While working today, I felt that only my hands were moving. I honestly can't remember what I've done. Just for the moment, I've been waiting all day while killing time with the tedium of work until evening came, when I was able to talk with Sugiura alone.
We had a big fight. I think this was the first time things got this bad between us.
Sugiura has been quite vague about the important details of her situation, but her heart is hurting so much that I could actually feel the pain directly affecting me as well.
After I left Mihoko's house, my mind went blank and it was too late to contact the restaurant, and then I even messed up my excuse.
I'd even believe that it was the reason why she's been acting so strangely last week.
I really screwed up. Things were not supposed to turn out this way.
She wasn't physically unwell. She was emotionally hurt. How careless of me. Those were the very same symptoms I was suffering from not too long ago. I've only been thinking about myself. Even though I'm older, and even though I'm a man. Hey, Sugiura.
What is it?
Do you remember what you said when we were talking about Yada-san before?
Yes. No, this is a problem between Mihoko and me. We'll make sure to keep it between the two of us and resolve it, so please don't worry.
Do you still feel that way?
I do?
She's so strong. The immediate answer that she gave was what convinced me that Sugiura Koharu was amazing. Did you know that I've become way more meddlesome now compared to the end of last year?
Yeah?
I have you to thank for that too, Sugiura. I was able to regain my footing because of you.
Much obliged then. I will say that it makes me quite happy.
She possesses a strong will that I can't ever hope to match. And she's only continuing to develop in her own straightforward way, yet to be discouraged by the taste of failure. That's why, if you keep that sour face up, Sugiura, I may have to go talk to Yada-san myself.
It'll only have the opposite effect if you do that.
I'm sorry, Sugiura, for your relationship with her to have turned out this way because you wanted to help me.
That's not true. I just...
Even so, I needed you back then, Sugiura. I couldn't stand the thought of not having you by my side. Even though Sugiura's harboring something so sorrowful, the moment she saw the pathetic side of me, as well as the proof of her own nobility, Sugiura smiled happily. I might be a hopeless person, and even a real nuisance, but I'm really grateful to you. I'm the one who needs to repay you.
You're not in the wrong, senpai. Really? I really mean it. Because
Sugiura.
There have been many chances for us to make up, and yet I did such a terrible thing to her.
Koharu.
Uh-uh.
No, that was... Damn it. I'm the one who's done something terrible. She hasn't forgiven me, and I haven't even attempted to gain her approval. Sugi... But if I were to take a step back now, it'd make me even more despicable than I already am. No, Koharu.
Haruki-senpai?
That's why, if we want to overcome this together, let's do our best at work, Koharu.
Is that okay?
I mean that. Even after you graduate and spring arrives. even after we truly become senior and junior in university. Though it would be freshman, not junior, but whatever. Right now, Koharu is just like how I was at the end of last year. That's why I know exactly how to heal her. The girl in front of me has devoted herself to teach me how. So, you can rely on me whenever you need to. If you want to talk, you can call me anytime, whenever you feel like it. It's simple. I can just do what Koharu did for me back during winter break. However, I won't intervene until you tell me to. I just need to always stay by your side.
Have you not been trying to avoid me?
Who said such a thing? Of course, I was trying to avoid you. Why wouldn't I? It's because I was afraid that things would come to this. I'll have you know that deep down, I'm actually just like you, Koharu.
Senpai? Haruki-senpai?
I know I said I wouldn't, but I might end up dealing with this anyway, you know?
Yeah. Alright.
As your senior from the same department, as your school's alumnus, and as your senior in the same workplace, I will use any opportunity to do so.
By that, you mean even after April, we'll still work together? You'll stay by my side?
I promise.
You really mean it? You swear you will? You won't take that back no matter what happens?
Just like you did for Setsuna. And we saw how that turned out. What should I do to make you believe me?
Prove it to me with your actions?
Actions? Don't tell me so suddenly.
Please, pat me on the head.
Excuse me? I thought my heart just got brutally carved out when I heard that. But I suddenly felt relieved the next moment.
Because I'm a good girl? Because I've been a good girl who's only been doing her best up until now?
Because this is Koharu I'm talking about here. Koharu, who's always acted far too maturely for her age, and who hasn't shown any of her weaknesses to others, at least up until last year.
That's why I want you to pat my head and tell me I've been a good girl, please?
We're getting into some kink territory here.
Huh?
I tightly clutch Koharu's head in a way that makes me look like I'm pinning her down, combing my fingers through her hair. I know full well that this is far too rough to be called patting, but I can't do it properly in a rational state of mind. I can't do it unless I pour all my feelings into it. Koharu, you little...
Senpai, I...
Even as I'm making a real mess out of her hair, she looks genuinely happy as she closes her eyes.
Right now, I may be in the weakest state ever since I was born.
Is that so?
Just these past few days, I've told a lifetime of lies, and yet to think, I feel so happy now.
Koharu,
Something like this won't go unpunished. That's enough for today. Any more than this is impossible. Let's meet again when we both have calmed down, okay? I'll go back home for today. If possible, go to school next. Sorry, that's not what I should say right now. See ya. Liar. That's not true. Go 100, you liar. From now on, I will not lie anymore.
why? Why did you not call me even once during winter break? Why did you abandon me?
Eh,
You said you would call me when you got home, didn't you? And even though I had been waiting for you all this time, the next day, the day after, and even on New Year's, you had so much time to be together with Sensei, yet you didn't even have enough time to give me a call. You just ignored me and spent all your time with him, didn't you? January 24th, Monday.
Thanks for last week. I'm sorry for calling you so suddenly on a Friday. And I really want to thank you so much for showing Takahiro around the campus despite my sudden request. He's had a different glint in his eyes since he arrived home. He said something along the lines of how he'd definitely get into Hojo University and live out the campus life of his dreams. How did you manage to get him so pumped up? If I'd known it'd have such an effect on him, I'd have brought him there sooner. But why is it that he's so enthusiastic now when he usually does visit during the Hojo festival and the like? I've been overseeing his studying personally recently, but, how should I put this? I'd say his chances are about 50-50 at the moment. There's no time left at all, so we just have to hope that he's confident during the actual exam. I hope he'll pass. By the way, what I'm about to say next is a message that's purely from my parents. That's why none of this will represent my personal thoughts at all, which is why you should feel free to decide whether you'll accept or refuse this. On the weekend after final exams, there will be a little party at our house. If you don't mind, why don't you join us?
It's 8:20 again today. The moment I reached the main gate 30 minutes before the first lecture, I spotted the sender of the text that I just finished reading standing there. This is the 4th time this year that I've chanced upon this half-coincidence. Usually we would spend 30 seconds at most making small talk while going through the 50-meter walk that led to where we parted ways. However, today, you're welcome. Going out of my way to thoroughly show him around was well worth it if it means that Takahiro became motivated because of it. That said, he didn't have any interest in the research buildings at all, only in things like the cafeteria, club buildings, and the dorms. I'm not quite sure it was really all that helpful for him. Although getting a recommendation from the high school would be much easier for him, it looks like Takahiro enjoys doing things the hard way. Still, I admire the ambition. Well, let him know I wish him the best of luck. One more thing. A message to your parents. Thank you for being considerate of me, even though we haven't kept in touch for such a long time. As of now, I don't have any plans for the time after the exams, but please let me put the answer on hold for the time being. However, I'll definitely let you know if I can make it or not beforehand. Once again, please tell them just how grateful I am for them. Once again, please tell them just how grateful I am to them. Thanks. I wonder when I last did something like this. Walking all the way to university, only to skip class and head to the coffee house. I wonder if Setsuna is currently reading my text in front of the gate. And then, since lecture hours are about to start, Would she head inside her department's building while constantly looking back? That's right. There's no other way for me to put this. I'm undoubtedly trying to run away. On the weekend after the final exam, there will be a little party at our house. The final exam's on the 10th of February. The weekend is on the 12th and 13th. That means... Thank you for waiting. Here's your original blend. Thank you. It'll be Valentine's Day. Though the party's meant to celebrate Setsuna's birthday. It's the day when I ended up betraying Setsuna for the first time. The events of last night, the contents of her text, and memories dating 3 years past are all mixed up in my mind. That's why I can't face Setsuna right now. It's because I've betrayed her yet again. The bitter and warm sensation of my coffee slowly spreads across my mouth, and I focus all 5 senses on that sensation. It reawakens the soft, warm, and sweet memories I'd experienced just last night, along with the sensation of Koharu's breaths. I wonder if she is taking her classes properly.
What did you say? I saw what happened last night. I saw you kissing a guy, Koharu. Just what the hell are you doing?
Wait, Sayori. Calm down.
Why?
It's about Yada.
Mahoko?
She said you stole away her crush.
Her crush?
She said you pretended to only want to give him advice, and before she knew it, you'd already gone as far as to work at the same place he was, and ended up seducing him.
Ha 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 ha.
Because you kept telling her to give up on him. She thought something was up, and she was right.
Why are you laughing? What's so funny? Do you have any idea? Do you even understand what the hell you've done?
I'm telling you to calm down, Sayori. You too, Koharu. Stop lashing back at her when you know it's your fault.
My fault? I see. So it's all my fault.
At first, I didn't believe it either. But since she asked me so persistently, I wanted to prove your innocence, Koharu.
So, you followed me all the way home? Do you really have the right to blame us? And to think that everything Yada said was true.
Sorry, Koharu, but I think it's only natural that Sayori is angry.
Ako? So, behind that goody two-shoes honor student persona of yours is a compulsive liar who would go as far as to betray her best friend by stealing her crush away. It's amazing! You've really had us completely fooled throughout the past year.
Yada-san was in terrible shape. It's all because of you, you know?
So, Mahoko told you about me?
Well, what do you intend to do? How will you make it up to Yada for this? This is already on a level where you can't just keep quiet because you know another person would get hurt, you know?
Can't you even feel the slightest shred of guilt for what you've done to Yada? To Mahoko?
Koharu?
Why won't you say something? It's all so ridiculous that there's no point in telling you.
Sugira! Sayori.
Fine then.
You're right. There's no point in saying anything. I'm sick of all this already.
I see.
Goodbye. I won't try talking to you again, Sugiura. It's pointless if neither of us have anything to say. Sayori. Koharu. I don't get it. Why did you do something like this, Koharu? I just don't get it at all. Akko, let's go. Yeah.
I don't get it either. I don't understand why things turned out like this at all. Haruki senpai.
Oh, and then? What happened after that?
That's the end. The professor just didn't accept it.
Senpai, there's no punchline if it's only that.
But that's just the reality of what happened.
Then, for what reason did you choose this topic? Didn't you want to get me interested?
No, it was because you said anything is fine as long as it's something that happened today.
Even so, if you just tell me what happened so matter-of-factly without any twists, it's not interesting at all? Don't you want me to feel entertained?
Give me a break. You know that I don't have a knack for that kind of stuff, right?
Well, I know that, but I didn't know that you're actually this bad.
It's 1 a.m. The call that came a little before the date changed over is starting to stretch into the long call territory. Sorry if I'm boring you. It's been a long time since I've had a casual conversation on the phone, so I just couldn't resist answering your call.
As for me, maybe this is my first time calling someone without actually having any specific business with them.
I figured. I've had that impression for a while now.
Oh, how so?
Normally, someone who often makes a call without having any business to do talks non-stop. But all you've done is listen to me, Koharu.
Did you know someone like that, senpai? A person who'd call you without any purpose?
Kinda. 3 years ago, there was a time when I had these meaningless phone calls every night. Things were so much easier for me back then. After all, she was completely different from how she was at school, chatting with me non-stop about nothing in particular. But right now, we had to gather courage just to call each other. And even if we did, we would end up apologizing just for calling.
Are you upset?
About what?
It's quite obvious who I'm referring to.
She even saw through what I was reminiscing about.
I'm sorry, senpai.
Again, about what?
It's because you've accepted my feelings that I've made you remember something so painful again.
Koharu.
I even prayed to the gods, hoping that you could be happy again, senpai. But that's not really helping now, is it?
That's a problem I have to settle on my own, so you don't have to worry about it, Koharu. I'm admittedly taken aback by how naturally I'd managed to spew such words out, knowing that even I would smile wryly in response if I were on the receiving end. Even though I've always ran away from that problem which I have to settle on my own, and even had Koharu protect me, I'm already feeling a lot better because of you, Koharu. You don't have to do anything more for me.
Okay.
So, this time, I figured that I'd return the favor by cheering you up again.
I'm fine,
Then I'll just cheer you up even more.
senpai. Hazuki, senpai.
I wonder if Koharu's realized it. The cheerfulness she did her best to maintain for an hour has little by little deteriorated into tears. Do you have any requests?
I want to see you.
How about Saturday? I'll go to work that day.
It's 5 days from now. That's too long.
Even though we met just yesterday. No, it's because we met and ended up touching each other more than we usually do. That's why right now we can only talk like this.
That's fine. At least I can listen to your voice.
I could only imagine what kind of pain Koharu is going through. Though I really don't know how close my imagination is to the actual reality at all. Then I'll tell you the theme of today's seminar.
What's with that?
What's with that? Oh, since I don't have the skills nor a topic to have long conversations with girls about.
Jeez, that's just like you sometimes.
You're not interested? Then how about what I ate today at the cafeteria?
Fine, I'll talk to you about your seminar. It's not like I can strike a particularly enticing conversation either.
I appreciate it. We can talk for as long as you want then.
I'll just interject to show I'm paying attention then. Feel free to hang up if I end up falling asleep in the middle of it.
Got it. Then. The only thing I can do right now is to be by your side. If we can't physically be together, at least we can spend our time together. Be it my words, my voice, or even my breath. If it could get through to Koharu's tired heart and body, even a little, I'm fine with it. Then, what the professor said was,
Yeah?
that the works of that period are split into two schools of thoughts, as I've just explained.
Right?
And in this author's case, his philosophy changed quite significantly between the early and late years of his career. The point is, what he wanted to convey was that...
Love you.
Koharu, what did you just...
Just letting you know that I'm still listening.
Is that so?
Don't worry about it. Please continue.
Yeah. And then, after his death, his disciples took on his ideology.
I really love you.
In the end, even an hour after that, Koharu kept on reminding me that she's paying attention. January 27th, Thursday. Takehiro. Hey, Takehiro.
Don't talk to me right now. I'm trying to focus.
This is the first time I've seen you properly study during class.
You could have at least said during self-study.
General entrance exams sure are tough, huh? Half of our class got recommendations already, so we are really in the loser's bracket.
To look out for one's classmate is a duty that a class rep has to see through to the end, you know. Until everyone's sure they'll be getting into university, that is.
I suppose you might actually be able to hold your own somehow if you put your silver tongue to use in the event you actually get an interview.
I'll say it one more time. Don't talk to me right now.
Hey, more importantly, there's an amazing rumor going around class right now.
Do I have to say it a third time?
Aren't you interested?
Do you think I could be concerned with a rumor about someone else when I'm already preoccupied?
Do you really think you should say this? After all, you...
You're so annoying! It's not just you, the entire class irritates me!
If you're that bothered by it, you can at least warn them, right? You are the class rep after all.
It's no use even if I warn them, right? I'm not in the position to say it after all.
Well, even though you're the class rep, you were always the one starting some kind of commotion.
This class has an unofficial class rent, right? For a whole year. That's why I can take it easy.
Hey, everyone, be quiet.
Say?
Even though our class is self-studying, the class next door isn't. Don't bother them.
That may be true, though I'd say your safety net will only end up making things worse right now, you know?
What are you trying to say?
Bitch.
Huh?
Wow, she said that? She really said it.
She's telling us to be considerate about others? That's just priceless.
Correct your behavior by watching others. Those old philosophers sure had the right idea. Be quiet. Please, be quiet.
Hey, what's going on here? Since when did our class become like this?
Since the moment you stopped caring about the rumors going on around you. January 30th, Sunday. Look, wouldn't it be nice to trek all the way to the Mao Plateau? We'll get to see trees covered in rime ice, too.
No way. That's in the northeast, isn't it? I'd rather not visit a place that's so cold.
Then why did you say you wanted to go skiing anyway?
What about around Saiba? We can get there in about 2 hours if we take a car?
You know that a place that's so close will only have wet snow, right? Besides, it'll probably be crowded with tourists.
I suppose neither place really tickles our fancy, huh?
Hey, Haruki, which one would you prefer?
By the way, is the Fujinomiya yakisoba I ordered still not ready yet?
So, we're doing this, eh? Then I'll have some duck. Pâté de champagne style. What do you mean I'll have? I'm tired of this nonsense. And in case you don't know, you shouldn't be calling employees for your own personal business. I've got other customers to serve too.
Other customers?
Where exactly? Well, they're in our hearts. It's a little past closing time on a Sunday. They've come to the drink bar for refills over and over. And before I knew it, they were the only customers left. The last order has already finished a while ago, so go home already. It's also for the sake of the employees' physical and mental health. We've been waiting for you to finish work, you know. We wanted to talk about your plans for spring break. I must say I'm impressed with how out of touch with reality you two are, given that final exams start tomorrow. We've been studying for quite a while earlier. I'm feeling quite famished because of that. That has nothing to do with what you're trying to achieve over here, now does it? While I'm at it, please don't prepare for exams over here. You'll affect the restaurant's profile. Had you said that we're a nuisance to the customers instead, he might have actually reflected on our actions, you know?
I see you guys are getting along in your own strange way as always.
Damn it. Because those two refuse to leave their seats no matter what. The other part-timers already left a while ago. Yo, long time no see, Koharu-chan. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Making a high school student work until this hour? Well, aren't you a demon, Haruki?
If you have any complaints, you can direct them to our current acting manager. I'll let you berate him as much as you see fit. Were you bullied by this devil so much that you've been crying in the changing room?
Don't worry, I'm not the type to show my weaknesses to others so easily. So, you haven't let your guard down around Haruki, eh? I guess people don't call you Mini Haruki for nothing. The two of you are the only ones who actually call me that.
Seeing how she is all packed up and ready to leave, Koharu has probably come to put some pressure on them to leave. Even so, she doesn't show any signs of that at all. and instead she's conducting herself with her typical shrewd, serious, and cheerful behavior.
Come to think of it, Senpai, the acting manager said it's about time we closed up.
My bad. I'll go and change quickly as well. Actually, Seto already had someone relay his message of I'll leave locking up the place and turning the lights off to you. Feel free to stay as long as you want before promptly leaving.
Then I'll leave it to you, Senpai.
I feel that senpai part sounded a bit threatening. Good work. Come on, in that case, you two.
Right, Koharu-chan? Want to come with us? Let's go skiing over spring break with the four of us here.
Yo! Huh? Damn it. Someone's acting dense here.
To be precise, there's one more person. Haruki's girlfriend would also be coming, so that'll make 5 of us. It's fine if you bring your friends too, okay?
No, that's, to Koharu. The content of the invitation and the words used are simply too much. But to those who don't know about our relationship, it would appear as nothing but a friendly proposal from a university student.
I don't imagine you're bad at skiing, right? I heard you're pretty athletic. I've gone skiing a couple times, so if you ask if I'm confident, then sure. Well said. Now that you mention it, you're in the tennis club, right? How far did you make it at the summer tournament? Well, I lost in the 4th round of the district preliminaries. That means you won the first 3 rounds. That's amazing. Well, my basketball club made it to the semifinals though.
Why are you being so competitive there?
Hey, let's go together, shall we? I'm sure it'll be fun.
Hey, you don't have to take Io's word seriously.
You be quiet, Haruki. I'm asking Koharu-chan here. You'll attend our university come spring, right? So take this as a rehearsal for university life.
I still don't know the true intention behind these words. Whether it's just impudent kindness or there's something up her sleeve. Still, Koharu has perfectly, truly perfectly. She thought about it for a moment, then faced Io with a smile and spoke in a clear voice.
I really wouldn't want to intrude.
I couldn't possibly interrupt a trip between close friends, especially if said close friends also happen to be couples. No, there's only one couple among us, actually. You don't have to deny it to that extent, you know. Sorry for being late. They just wouldn't stop going on and on during our conversation.
The last train has already left? Jeez!
The schedule's changed for the holiday?
I'm just messing with you, obviously. It won't pay off if you're not surprised even a bit.
Please stop trying to pointlessly get back at me.
You kept me waiting forever on a cold bench, and now my body's become so stiff. Please pull me up.
I'm so...
Take off your gloves.
Huh? Okay. I extend my bare right hands to Koharu as she remains seated on the bench, looking at me with upturned eyes with the same spiteful expression on her face.
Alrighty.
Your hand is cold.
I purposely didn't wear my gloves to make them cold.
You're not making any sense, you know. I feel the cold sensation of Koharu's hand, chilled by the frigid winter evening breeze as it clutches mine.
Because I want you to warm me up, Senpai. Take responsibility for making me wait this long.
I'm sorry.
I won't forgive you until my fingertips become warm too.
Won't we reach your house before it becomes warm?
Let's go, senpai.
Yeah. Before I could pull her up, she effortlessly stood up on her own and started walking, leading me by the hand. And all the while, she readjusts her grip, entwining her fingers with mine, one by one, instead of just clutching my hand. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all that. The Japanese bichi has a different meaning than the English bitch. The Japanese meaning is someone who is sexually promiscuous, whereas the English has much more varied meanings, such as asshole or jerk, or someone who is a coward, or the literal meaning of a female dog, among other things. The Japanese meaning is closer to that of slut than anything else.